must proceed. Yo, we about to make moves, set speed. Beast who make me fight Q-tip, I leash I need. Watch me out like Apollo Creed. Body, making you just feed more dynamic flows.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's our visiting team and our home team. On the visitor's sideline, their head coach. His team fired up and ready for this one. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. And we are underway here on EA Sports. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 20. Yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Willis now to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
And now the punting unit will come up. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
They go play action with Manning. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the play fake, here's Manning. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd down, they need 5.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing 4th down. Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Second and 18. At the 18-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He's got this complete. That's Smith. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 84 yards. It's a touchdown.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a give up the middle. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. This is 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To the air is Manning. He'll try to run for it. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
That's good for a 1st down. A gain of 9 yards. Result is a 1st down.
Now, faking the give. Short pass taken in by the tight end. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They send the tight end in motion. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage. Across the 50 to the 48.
And a 1st down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now here's a keeper on the zone read. Oh, a loose football. The defense has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Tight end going in motion here. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down. And a fair catch is taken and is just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. He'll go right and find his running back. And mark him down up beyond the 30. A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a first down. Pistol snap to Willis. Throwing left side. And it's taken in by Williams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. To throw, here's Willis. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 14-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Willis. Quick hitting slant there. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Willis. And he'll take it on in. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying, you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. Always feels a different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
Yeah, and it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs, clearly towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. And it has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of they hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things at the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch rival type of vibe. And I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. That is intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. And he will get into the end zone.
There's so many elements of this play, Mike, that are just so impressive. Not only the ability to break tackles and make guys miss, but then the speed to say, okay, I can make guys miss, but I can also take it to the house. I mean, there's just not a lot of backs in the league that have that combination skill set. And fortunate for them, they've got one here, and he makes a big play here for a touchdown.
Our home team 28. Visitors nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field, a lot more similar to how the regular game goes, and not have significantly different game flow come overtime. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
That's hot. Left side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To the ground, a first down run. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Throwing is Willis. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up third down now. he's got his man. Right side. It's complete. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Up the middle they go. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal. Willis now to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
At the 2-yard line.
That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on third and goal? Now this looks like a design run, and he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's fourth and goal. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Now Dan Quinn will send out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. This one is good. He knocks it through. And his guys going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And no return here. This is a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10. Manning. He'll look deep, left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
On fourth down, out comes the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
But I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams. But I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing by the Rams.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
Now Manning. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got third down coming up. Back to throw is Manning. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 11 yards on the pass there. That's enough for a first down. Handoff here, up the middle, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Manning. Quickly to the outside and complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's
On third down, it's Manning. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. Result is a first down.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
To throw, it's Manning. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down. Looking to throw is Manning. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. And, Greg, they have had their way right from the start in this season opener. You get that sometimes. You don't know what week one's going to bring, but this has got to be awfully satisfying.
Oh, there's no question. It gives such value to all the work that you did all offseason, and all the way back in OTAs in the spring and then through the dog days of training camp. Everyone wants to start the season strong. You're 0-0. Everyone in the league has Super Bowl aspirations. Every fan base thinks it's their year. And then to come out and to deliver, especially on the offensive side of the ball, it's really the ideal way to set up the rest of your season and try to stay on track.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing, Willis. That's to the right side and incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
To throw is Willis. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that is incomplete. We're about ready now for the punt.
It's now 4th down.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 20. And a 1st down.
Here's a designed run. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Traditionally in 1st and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To the air is Manning. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing now. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his receiver. It's Jones. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Results in a 1st down.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd down. And he's all the way down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Here's a zone read. He'll keep it himself. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. An extra point attempt to follow. It's up and through. And his guys add on to their already sizable lead.
38. Visitors 7.
The fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1.